Caitlin Clark is back, and despite a season-opening loss to the Wings, the Fever have something to build on. It was 299 days of frustration and the mental challenges endured under a microscope, exploding from the outstretched knuckles of a first pump and flex. The moment itself was relatively quiet, a blink of an eye in a shootout of a season opener. The reverberations have the chance to be loud, because it's one thing to say Caitlin Clark is back in the sense that she's healthy and playing again after missing 31 games amid soft tissue injuries a year ago. It's quite another entirely to say she's back, a version of the Caitlin Clark whose likeness sells bundles upon bundles of little golden books at the local downtown comic book shop, whose electric downtown buckets and a Gainbridge Fieldhouse she helped build can turn the tides of a game on a single release. The visionary point guard who can finish atop MVP leaderboards and win championships. In one sequence to begin the third quarter of her first WNBA action since July 15, 2025, it was there. She opened the frame with a 27-foot catch-and-shoot three-pointer to cut into a 9-point deficit. Never known as a strong defender, and the Dallas Wings knew that on Saturday, she did just enough in the paint to force a stop, sparking the Fever in transition. At the other end, Kelsey Mitchell missed the floater, Aaliyah Boston corralled the rebound, and eyed a rare sight, a completely wide-open Clark, left alone behind the three-point line. Release. Swish. Roar. That fist pump and classic spin were an exclamation. She delivered a highlight-worthy behind-the-back pass on the ensuing possession. Felt like I was literally a couple buckets away from putting together a really, really good game and helping us win, Clark said. The buckets aren't all there quite yet, nor are the wins after a 107-105 loss to open the WNBA's 30th season. She finished with 20 points, the same total as each of her previous two WNBA season openers, but on a 7 of 18 line and 2 of 9 from three-point range, with 5 rebounds, 7 assists, 4 personal fouls, and 5 turnovers. Caitlin Clark spins and scores to beat the Q3 buzzer for 1,000 career points. The Fever's defense let them down against a Wings squad that showed itself every bit the most improved roster they were dubbed by the masses. Despite Dallas leaving every door open in the house with missed late free throws, neither the Fever nor Clark could find the final basket. Trailing by 3 with 13.2 seconds left, Clark appeared shocked when she was left alone again after her defender bit too hard. She collected herself, stepped back, and bounced it off the rim from 31 feet out, near the same spot as her elation a quarter earlier. She set the screen for a last-ditch 32-foot attempt by Mitchell that also nearly landed. Fever head coach Stephanie White liked the looks. The issue was the team's overall sluggishness, despite a breakneck first quarter that was epitomized by Clark and Mitchell reenacting post-game how out of breath they were when trying to lead the team. "It was for them too," Clark said. Wings head coach Jose Fernandez was yelling at them to keep running. I'm like, Jose, I don't know if either of us can keep running. Back to is a lighter air from Clark. She leaned into a photography hobby in the offseason and insisted on taking the media's picture during training camp. In pre-game availability on Saturday morning, she said hello to every media member with a question and spoke of the emotion she felt putting on the Fever jersey to play again. "As excited as fans are, I'm probably way more excited," Clark said of her return. "That's how much I love this game, how much I missed it." At some point in her grueling stop-and-go rehab, she recalled being told that everything she was going through, every "why is this happening?" she asked herself, would help prepare her for future challenges and mental battles, in the game and out. She's focused on keeping her mind right in the middle. Even if the microscope is never put away into the drawer for good, fans want her out there as much as she wants to be out there. But with that comes constant conjecture and concern, especially after a lack of concrete information through last year's rehab. After she went down the tunnel twice in the second half, the broadcast reported that trainers were working on her hip flexor or groin area. "We wouldn't have played her 30 minutes if she wasn't okay," White said. A Fever spokesperson said the team did not issue any official update or information, and anything else would be speculation. Clark said she went to get her back adjusted, as it gets out of line pretty quickly. White said it was part of maintaining the body and does not apply only to Clark. She compared it to the NFL's Blue Tent, where players go for minor in-game assessments. When we're all really young, we don't learn proper mechanics, and then it doesn't get exposed until something happens, and trying to get her body mechanically the way that it needs to go. This is going to be an ongoing thing, not just for her. Clark said she started off slow, likely due to the anxiety of working through the first game, but she felt fast. She picked her spots to drive, at times hesitating as if she didn't want to take it, but finding open shooters as the wings collapsed. She said she made it a priority to regain her burst and step after being out so long, and get her feet into the paint. Especially if they call it the way they're going to call it this year, I think I honestly could have probably got a couple more calls on a few of them, but that's okay, she said. She found center Aaliyah Boston, who scored 23, on pick and pops and helped feed the speedster Mitchell to a tune of 30. None of their three-pointers fell at a high rate, 7 of 24, while their defensive miscues allowed the Wings open looks over chasing Fever players. Dallas was 12 of 23 from the two-point line and 39 of 66 overall, 59.1%. Our offense is obviously not the issue, Clark said, who cracked 1,000 career WNBA points in the opener. We are perfectly fine on offense, and there's still so many things you can do better on that end of the floor. The locker room was positive despite the loss. There are 43 more games and a lot to be proud of moving forward. They'll work on rotations and personnel, understanding they can't ride shootouts to a championship. Now that Clark is back, it's time for the Fever to get going.